silently to yourself.
Alrighty.
I am going to make the most of this upcoming year.
I know the
Repeat.
location of all the cities in Columbus. I master knowing Columbus, Ohio. I master knowing Columbus, Ohio. I master knowing Columbus, Ohio. I know the location of High Street. I know the location of Long Street. I know the location of Nationwide Boulevard. I know the location of Polaris.
Will be the best
I know the
year of
location
my
of Stelzer. I know the location of Neal Avenue. I know the location of Spring Avenue. I know the location of East Whittier.
I am on fire.
I know the location of Sullivan Avenue. I know the location of Town Street. I know the location of Mound Street. I know the location of St. Clair Avenue.
I will be unstoppable this year.
I know the location of downtown Columbus. I know the location of the hospital area.
I am an unstoppable force
Boulevard.
in 2019.
I know the location of the airport. I know the location of the courthouse. I know all the malls. I know all the
This year will be my most successful year ever.
I know all the places in Canal Winchester. I know all the places in Reynoldsburg. I know Gahanna. I know Albany. I know Groveport. I know Columbus is in the center. I know Grandview Heights. I know Grove City. I know Upper Arlington. I know Hilliard. I know Westerville. I know Worthington. I know Dublin. I know Morse Road. I know Hamilton Road. I know Main Street. I know Broad Street. I know Livingston. I know Winchester Pike. I know Dublin Granville Road. I know 161. I know Cleveland Avenue. I know Polaris Parkway. I know 315.
I am going to do so many amazing things this year.
I know Whitehall. I know Bexley. I know Obetz. I know Blacklick. I know Patalasca. I know the Central Ohio area. I know Central Ohio real estate. I master knowing Columbus. I master knowing Columbus. I master knowing all the neighborhoods in Columbus. I know 256. I know Northside. I know Eastside cities. I know Hill Road. I know Gender. I know McNaughton. I know the location of 270 of aisle 70 of aisle 71, 33, and 315. I can find it on a map. I know all the cities in Columbus. The short north, I know the German village. I know Italian village. I know the Marion village. I know Central Hilltop. I know Franklinton. I know King Lincoln, Bronzeville. I know Hungarian village. I know Hungarian village. I know King Lincoln, Bronzeville. I know Franklinton. I know Central Hilltop. I know Marion village. I know the Italian village. I know German village. I know the short north. I know aisle 20, I know aisle 70, I know aisle 71, aisle 33, 315, 256, Hill Road, Gender, McNaughton. I know where Refugee Road is. I know 315. I know Polaris Parkway. I know Cleveland Avenue. I know Dublin Granville Road 161. I know Winchester Pike. I know Livingston. I know Broad Street. I know Main Street. I know Hamilton Road. I know Morse Road.
I am going to rock the living daylights out of this year.
I know Worthington. I know Westerville. I know Hilliard. I know Upper Arlington. I know Grove City. I know Grandview Heights. I know Columbus is in the center. I know where Groveport is. I know where Albany is. I know where Gahanna is. I know where Patalasca is. I know where Gahanna is. I know where Blacklick is. I know where Reynoldsburg is. I know where Obetz is. I know where Bexley is. I know where Canal Winchester is. I know where Pickerington is. I know where Whitehall is. I know the east side cities. I know where the hospital is. I know that downtown is. I know where the airport is. I know where the courthouse is. I know where the malls is. I know where St. Clair Avenue is. I know where Mound Street is. I know where Town Street is. I know where Sullivan Avenue is. I know where East
everywhere in my life in 2019.
I know Spring Street. I know Neal Avenue. I know Stelzer. Avenue. I know Polaris. I know where Nationwide Boulevard is. I know where Long Street is. I know where High Street is.
2019 the best year of my life.
I know Central Ohio. I know the location of High Street, Long Street, Nationwide Boulevard, Polaris, Stelzer, Neal Avenue, Spring, East Whittier, Sullivan Avenue.
Last year's mistakes are released. I hold on to the valuable lessons from them.
Downtown, airport, courthouse, malls, Pickering. Cool. I know where High Street is. I know where Long Street is. I know where Nationwide Boulevard is. I know where Polaris is. I know where Stelzer is. I know where Neal Avenue is. I know where Spring Avenue is. I know where East Whittier is. I know where Sullivan Avenue is. I know where Town Street is. I know where Mount Street is. I know where St. Clair Avenue is. I know where the hospital is.
A blessing.
I know where downtown is. I know where the airport is. I know where courthouse is. I know where the malls are. I know where Pickerington is. Whitehall, Canal, Winchester, Bexley, Reynoldsburg, Obetz, Gahanna, Blacklick, Petolasca, Albany, Groveport, Columbus is in the center, Grandview Heights, Grove City, Upper Arlington, Hilliard, Westerville, Worthington, Dublin, Morse Road, Hamilton Road, Main Street, Broad, Livingston, Winchester Pike, Dublin, Granville Road, 161 Cleveland Avenue, Polaris Parkway, 315 Refugee Road, Northside, 256 Hill Road, Gender, McNaughton. I know the location of. I know how to get to. I know Columbus. I was born here. I can find it on the map. I know. I hope so. I know all the cities of Columbus. I know the Short North. I know German Village. I know the Italian Village. I know Marion Village. I know Central Hilltop. I know Franklinton. I know King Lincoln Bronzeville. I know Hungarian Village.
I am going to create luck and miracles this year.
I know the Columbus. I don't even know. Okay, anyway, let's get back to commercial real estate. Okay.
I know beyond all doubt that this year is going to be the greatest year of my life.
Commercial real estate. Okay, Module 3, commercial contracts and resources for further exploration. Commercial contracts. Most commercial agreements are drafted by an attorney. Included in a commercial agreement, the name of the parties, name, location of property, rate of agreement, and proposed date of closing. Some warranties such as marketable title, clear of encumbrances except those listed, amount of investment and method of installment, terms, conditions, key clauses in commercial purchase agreements, due diligence. This clause allows buyers to examine many things before they are committed to proceed with the real estate purchase. Items commonly include in due diligence clause financing, physical inspection,
this year I will be outrageous.
Lease and contract review, zoning, land use issue, environment studies, traffic studies, market studies, feasibility studies, survey, title, use, appraisal.
I am the master
Key clauses
of my destiny.
in commercial purchase agreement. Some contracts set standards for use of these, requiring buyers to proceed if the standard is met. Others may give buyers the right to purchase or not for any reason during the due diligence period. This is like an option in a contract. The earnest money may or not be refundable. In commercial real estate, detailed assignment clauses are common. Example, if they are buying under an LLC, but in process of changing their corporation, this allows my clients to assign to new LLC at a later date. The use clause allows clients to use it as a home if so want to do, and use it. Zoning and building code requirements. In commercial real estate, the addition of something like a coffee bar to a bookstore can cause zoning 1 building code requirements. If clients plan on a changing recommend to them, they must check and see if they use it as planned. What can interfere with a buyer intended use? Zoning, building code, fire marshal restrictions, utility requirements, Department of Transportation standards, lenders requirements, restrictive covenants, deeds restrictions, city, county, or state requirements, tenant demands, environmental regulation, and more. Make sure will be approved.
I am bold and courageous.
Assignment of leases, estoppel certificates. When purchasing property with tenants, buyers may want to verify that these tenants will be staying and their leases are current and correct. Your clients may also want the right to those leases assigned to them or their lender. Note, it is easy for buyers to invest substantially in the property pre-close. If current owner has inspections, tests, etc. up to date, this can help the purchaser be more assured that they won't use unnecessary money. This year is going to be the best
year of my life.
Many business institutions, governments, and other commercial real estate users prefer leasing. These are a wide range of reasons for this: flexibility, cost, and mission. Flexibility, able to upsize or downsize space required in the future depending on business codes. Cost, leasing space usually does not require a large commitment of capital, unlike purchasing a property. Mission. Many organizations prefer to focus on their care, business, or organizational mission and let a landlord deal with day-to-day property logistics. Commercial leases are similar to bonds. The value of a bond depends on strength of entity repaying it. The stronger the tenants, the better the lease terms. To better prepare a lease, it is good to know what is being offered in the market. Standard commercial lease clauses. All leases need to have date, term, rent. In commercial real estate, leases can have new meanings. Term, when you lease starts at occupy. What does it mean when space is turned over to the tenant? When the tenant opens for business on a specific date. When does the lease end? Is notice required? Rent commencement, when does this begin? Poses issue of what day of month is rent due and where is it sent. Use, exactly how can tenants use the space? If they are a retailer, what exactly can they stock? This is one of the most important clauses for both owners and tenants, especially in a retail situation. Upfitting commercial lease clause. What improvements will the landlord make as part of the deal and by when? Who provides the plans? Who will cost coverage be handled? Default issues. What constitutes a tenant default? How is notice handled? How much time is provided to cure the default? What constitutes a landlord default? How much time is allowed to cure it? Notices. To whom should notices be sent and how? Acquisition mergers. What are the tenant's rights if the property is acquired by or merged with another entity? What are the landlord's rights? Net lease versus gross lease. This defines who pays what. If landlord pays most of the expenses, the lease is more gross than net. If tenant covers most of the expenses, the leases is more net than gross. Here are a few things paid by either party: insurance, real estate taxes, utilities, janitorial, landscaping, security, administration, accounting, repairs and maintenance, capital and expenses. Industrial real estate implies an industrial use such as manufacturing or warehousing. The most common types are restrictive covenants. Net lease versus gross lease. Most common types of industrial properties include: if tenant pays, the cost of services may be prorated based upon the amount of total space the tenant occupies. Can be paid by landlord, the tenant, or split. In split, there could be a pass-through or a stop. In this case, the landlord or the tenant will pay up to a specified amount, the stop, and the other party pays the overage or difference. In commercial real estate, in regards to net lease versus gross lease, the point at which the other party must start paying is critical, because anything over this point can add many dollars to the rent or deplete the landlord's revenue. This is a very important clause. Land lease, not a provision in the lease, but rather its own lease. A land lease allows a user to lease the land for a period of time and constructive billing. It may be seen in situations where a city, county, or other government agency owns the land, but desires to see jobs, creating private development on the site. Land leases may also be used when owners do not want to sell their land or users cannot afford to purchase it. At the end of the lease, ownership of the building remains with the landlord. Deed restrictions, covenants, trade. These clauses restrict a tenant from certain uses or from opening a competing business within a certain area. Vital, because value of leases depends upon the value of the tenants. Some tenants may want a clause to be able to sublease in the situation that they need to move out. Commercial real estate and insurance, subject to insurance. Terrorism risk insurance. Commercial real estate resources. National Association of Realtors promote the sharing of resources, education, research, legislative advocacy, and networking events. Some demographic characteristics of NAR commercial members. The median age of commercial member is 59. Okay, ain't no way I need that.
I have fun making money. I have millions of dollars in assets.
Okay, types of properties one can submit to CIE. Subdivided vacant land, business opportunities, and some interest in real property, mobile home park, industrial office space, land and ranch, motel, hotel, commercial income, investment. Disputes have resolution. You are asked to resolve your disputes. Okay. Let's see how to put that.
I have total control.
Let's just start.
I improve my life and the life of others by having lots of money to spend. I invest my money wisely. I keep to my budget. I know how to use money for the greatest.
Most commercial agreements are drafted by an attorney, including a commercial agreement, name of parties, name, location of property, date of agreement, and proposed date of closing. Some warranties, such as marketable title, clear of encumbrances, except those listed. Amount of investment and method of installment terms, conditions. Key clauses in commercial purchase agreements. Due diligence. This clause allows buyers to examine many things before they are committed to proceed with real estate purchase. Items commonly include in due diligence clause: financing, physical inspection, lease and contract review, zoning and land use issues, environment studies, traffic studies, market studies, feasibility studies, survey, title, use appraisal. Key clauses in commercial purchase agreement. Some contracts set standards for each of these, requiring buyers to proceed if the standard is met. Others may give buyers the right to purchase or not for any reason during the due diligence period. This is like an option in the contract. The earnest money may or may not be refundable. In commercial real estate, detailed assignment clauses are common. Example, if they are buying under LLC and but in process of changing their cooperation. This allows my clients to assign to new LLC at a later date. Use clause allows clients to use it as a name if so want to do and use it. Zoning and building code requirement. In commercial real estate, the addition of something like a coffee bar to a bookstore can cause zoning building code requirements. If clients plan on changing, recommend to them they must check and see if they can use it as planned. What can interfere with a buyer intended use? Zoning, building code, fire marshal restrictions, utility requirements, Department of Transportation standards, lenders requirements, restrictive covenants, deeds restrictions, city, county, or state requirements, tenant demands, environmental regulation, and more. Make sure will be approved. Assignments of leases and stop with certificates when purchasing property with tenants. Buyers may want to verify that these tenants will be staying and their leases are current and correct. Your clients may also want the right to those leases assigned to them or their lender. Note, it is easy for buyers to invest substantially in the property pre-close. If current owner has inspection tests up to date, this can help the purchaser be more assured that they won't use unnecessary money. Leases. Many business institutions, government, and other commercial real estate users prefer leasing. There are a wide range of reasons for this: flexibility, cost, and mission. Flexibility, able to upsize, downsize space required in a few depending on business codes. Cost, leasing specifics usually does not require a large commitment of capital, unlike purchasing a property. Mission. Many organizations prefer to focus on their care, business, or organizational mission and let a landlord deal with day-to-day property logistics. Commercial leases are similar to bonds. The value of a bond depends on strength of entity repaying it. The stronger the tenants, the better lease terms. So, baby, at least it is good to know what is being offered in the market. Standard commercial use clause. All leases need to have date, term, rent, term, lease starts at occupancy. What does it mean? When space is turned over to the tenant? When the tenant opens up business? On a specific date? When does the lease end? Is notice required? Rent commencement. When does this begin? Post issue of what day of month is rent due? And where is it set? Use exactly. How can tenants use the space? If they are a retailer, what exactly can they stock? This is one of the most important clauses for both owners and tenants, especially in a retail situation. Upfitting commercial lease clauses. What improvements will the landlord make as part of their deal and by when? Who provides the plans? How will cost coverage be handled? Default issues. What constitutes a tenant default? How is notice handled? How much time is provided to cure the default? What constitutes a landlord default? How much time is allowed to fix it? Notices. To whom should notices be sent and how? Acquisition mergers. What are the tenant's rights if the property is acquired by or merged with another entity? What are the landlord's rights? Net lease versus gross lease. This defines who pays what. If landlord pays most of the expenses, the lease is more gross than net. If tenant covers most of the expenses, the lease is more net than gross. Here are a few things paid by either party: insurance, real estate taxes, utilities, janitorial, landscaping, security, administration, accounting, repairs and maintenance, capital expenses. Industrial real estate implies an industrial use such as manufacturing or warehousing. The most common types are restrictive covenant, net lease versus gross lease. Most common types of industrial properties include: if tenants pay, the cost of services may be prorated based upon the amount of total space the tenant occupies. Can be paid by landlord, the tenant, or split. If split, there could be a pass-through or a stop. In this case, the landlord or the tenant will pay up to a specific amount, the stop, and the other party pays the covering or difference. In commercial real estate, in regards to net lease versus gross lease, the point at which the other party must start paying is critical, because anything over this point can add many dollars to the rent or the landlord revenue. It is a very important clause. Land lease, not a provision in a lease, but rather its own lease. A land lease allows a user to lease the land for a period of time and constructive building. It may be seen in situations where a city, county, or other government agency owns the land, but desires to see jobs creating private development on the site. Land leases may also be used when owners do not want to sell their land or usually cannot afford to purchase it. At the end of the lease, ownership of the building remains with the landowner. Deed restriction covenants. These clauses restrict the tenant from certain uses or from opening a compelling business within a certain area. Vital because value of leases depends upon the value of the tenants. Some tenants may want a clause to be able to sublease in a situation that they need to move out. Commercial real estate and insurance, subject to insurance. Alright, that is it. Woohoo! Commercial real estate. I'm a successful realtor. I'm a successful realtor.